This is a setup that was for a client that has just been created. So he originally had a UK operational company, was paying lots of VAT, was paying lots of tax, X, Y, Z. Now what we've gone and done, we have created a setup for him that is structured around the corporation tax that has allowed him to be investing into many different types of markets, tax-free, while also being a UK resident. So he has established significant economic substance, which I've mentioned time and time again, and how important it actually is. But he has managed to establish significant economic substance in the Cayman Islands. Now, if you wanted to establish this, then obviously you can get in contact with me, and we can go over at my website is below. Just fill out the form and just type in. Please also say, what current payment processes which you're using. This client was using Stripe and Wise. So, yeah, but essentially this is Client X up here. So Client X owns 100% of the Cayman Islands holding company, which this company is then 100% shareholder of the operational company right here, which then has access to UK bank accounts, because this is based in the UK, doing payment processes, Stripe and Wise. Additionally, this also has its own crypto wallet as well, meaning it can go from crypto into a crypto-friendly UK bank, which can then be sent into the Luxembourg bank account, which is for the Cayman Islands. Now, he already has a UK company. His original setup was just a UK company. That's all it was, okay? So he also owns this. Now, this company is very valuable. It's got a trading history of 9 years. So we've kept the UK company, and if he wants to export some profit, then he can send it from his UK company to his other UK company, okay? Direct, faster payment using BACS. From his UK bank to his other UK bank, which can then go to his Luxembourg account, which then is at 0% tax. So really easy description here. This is ownership, kind of connection to the company and flow of funds. You can see the flow of funds can go into here, which is then into the Cayman Islands, and then obviously he can spend it. There's no accounting in the Cayman Islands. I've just gone and made a fresh video actually looking at the Cayman Islands. It's one of the most popular places, and again, to do this as a UK resident, you need to hit those regulatory filings, meaning you need to create that economic substance. This client makes multiple trips a year to the Cayman Islands. He has a local director there. He has his own local office there. He has his own telephone bill there, his own electricity bill there. He has significant economic substance. So those are just a few things which I've mentioned. We've gone to the full extent to create the economic substance for him there. So if any questions are asked, he can prove that the economic choices have been made from the Cayman Islands. He visits multiple times a year. There's a secretary there. There's a full-time director there, and there's some local staff there as well, which he is utilising as personal assistants. Again, these are full-time. So this client was doing about 400 to 600k a month in revenue, so therefore it's more feasible for him to actually create a setup like this than it is to pay that UK corporation tax. It also allows him to have the extra asset protection coming from these offshore holding companies, which is much, much better than just having a single UK LTD where it's sat with over $500,000 in Great British pounds in, where this can have direct lawsuits on. As if you now look at the actual holdings, which holds maybe assets, it holds other stuff, cash, crypto wallets, liquid assets, unliquid assets. It is asset protected to an extent. Now, what he can also do in the future is he can also set up another UK company, which can then have investments into other UK companies, if that makes sense. So you can see here how easy a setup can even look like, and maybe here he can do an investment 50% into a company where somebody else, let's have a look here. So we can also, he owns 100% of that, but out of this company here, we can also say Client X owns 50% as well. So you can really see how this starts to play off and why it's so beneficial. And then again, you would then have those UK bank accounts then attached to this UK company. So you can see how simple these setups are. I'm not really going to make too many more videos on these because they can get very complex and it's all very unique towards the client. So we're probably going to move into fintech solutions to expand on my knowledge within fintech solutions. However, this is a typical setup for a client where he's still paying some corporation tax. In the UK, he is flexible. However, he has the opportunity and the flexibility to do some asset protection and do some tax optimization using a Cayman Islands holding company, which obviously is an offshore company. Now, we still can have banks in the UK, you can have banks in Luxembourg as his client requested, and he still has operations, so his setup is just like this. However, if he wanted to expand in the future, let's say buy a property 50-50 with his sister or something, he can do so through here. And again, the money flows upwards and it is still under asset protection, okay? So what you would do, we need an arrow on this one here. There we go. So he owns 100% of his company here, 50% of his company, and there we go there. So this is his own company which it then flows into, or you could potentially delete that and just move this up here, and this can stay like this, where his other investment partner owns 50% of his company, and he doesn't own 50% of his company does, which he then owns. So you can see here, should we do it like that, 50-50, and now there's two parties involved, and money is flowing through into the Cayman Islands. It's very simple stuff. I think you've got the gist of these. Obviously I made the playlist and a lot of resources on offshore financial structures. This is probably the final one I will make, potentially. Maybe I do one with Guernsey. Again, this holding company can be changed to Hong Kong, Seychelles, but this holding company, because it's in the Cayman Islands, has to receive those royalties. You can't just use it as a standard company, okay? It's not a standard exempt Cayman Islands company. You have to use it for specific holding purposes, e.g. receiving royalties, dividends here and there, XYZ.